My name is Chaotic Neutral Goblin, and I am your host for this segment of the NFLA Draft. I've taken killers from the game Dead by Daylight, the game that we are all here to watch, and created the dream offensive lineup for our fantasy football team. This team is called the Entities. Entities. Our team consists of our offensive line, 5 players, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, a tight end, and a quarterback for those of you who don't know how to sports. We'll start with our offensive lineup. Our first position on the offensive line is going to be a tackle. And I thought, who better to lead up the tackle than Bubba? Come on, this guy is a full-on knockout. Sit back, relax with your barbecue and chili, because Bubba is guaranteed to get the defense down in one hit. The other team is sure to meet their demise with Bubba holding the front line. Next up, we have a guard. Who is gonna guard? Well, it's Pyramid Head, of course. Those who try to get past the offensive line are deathbound when facing Pyramid Head. This beautifully sculpted boy is sure to stop anyone in their tracks and lead them down a trail of torment that they didn't even know existed. His head may look like a giant safety cone, but I can guarantee you, with this boy on the field, nothing and no one is safe. Except for the ball, and his teammate that's carrying the ball. Moving on to our center. I thought the perfect center would have to be Nemesis. He's freaking huge. He is a large boy, and you would have to be absolutely hysterical to take on this center. Like, Nemesis harbors an eruption of power, leaving the defense face down in the dirt. They said it doesn't hurt, but it does. Also, his lethality as a pursuer makes him the ideal player to pass the ball back to the quarterback and be right back up and ready to hold off that defensive push. Our next guard position is going to go to none other than Plague. Plague makes her way to the starting lineup this year due to her dark devotion to the team. She showed her strength in the qualifiers this year by utilizing her corrupt intervention. Also, the opposing team will probably think twice before getting within 6 feet of her because her infectious nature gives them a big fright. As it should. Moving on to our final member of the offensive line. Heading that up is going to be our Huntress. While this beast of prey has an incredible throwing arm, which would have made her a great option for the quarterback position, Huntress fully steps into her power on this team by stepping on the defense, which a lot of them agree and want her to do. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, look up fan art. It's a weird place. Her territorial nature makes her an imperative part of the team, especially when she's knocking out the defense and singing them to sleep with her sweet, sweet lullaby. That's it for the offensive line. Moving on to our wide receivers. Our wide receivers have to be fast and good at catching the ball. So I thought, why not take a chance on Nurse? Who would have thought the Nurse's calling would lead her to the starting lineup of the NFLA? Hear me out. Her ability to be down the field in a blink is unparalleled. I know you could argue that the Spirit also does the same thing, but when Spirit phases, she stands still for a prolonged period of time before she phases over, leaving her wide open to be tackled. That's why Nurse's blink is superior in this situation. And Nurse's acute senses lend her capability for catching the ball. You heard it here first. Medical professionals are typically pretty good with their hands. Therefore, that must mean all medical professionals are good at catching footballs. It's a logical conclusion. Don't argue. Don't fact check me. Just accept it. Joining Nurse as a wide receiver, it's gotta be Legion. It's gotta be Legion excels in agility and speed, and they've got mad grit, yo. They are the ideal person for this position. Their frenzy is sure to cause discordance in the other team. Legion is sure to catch the ball just like they're sure to catch all the survivors on the map, especially when they're paired with the 𝕮𝖕𝖕𝖕𝖕𝖕 from the Nurse. And then they're running around in their frenzy and they just keep inflicting wounds on people, and then everybody's repair speed's hindered. Listen, they make a great team as a pair of wide receivers. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm not. Spoiler alert. Time to run it back. It's time for our running backs. Let's start off with our halfback. This is going to be the person getting the ball usually and running it down the field after a handoff from our quarterback. 𝕵𝖓𝖊. Like, come on. 𝕵𝖓𝖊's hot blood is going to work in our favor in this situation. His rush paired with that dragon's grip on the ball, like, he's a coach's dream for a halfback. Like, with the undying support of his fans, I really think he has a chance to make it for MVP this year. Supporting our 𝕵𝖓𝖊 as our fullback, the 𝕮𝖒. Now, 𝕮𝖒 lets the wrath consume him to become our fullback for the team. 𝕮𝖒's Zenshin tactics allow him to be speedy enough to keep up with 𝕵𝖓𝖊, but also strong enough to guard him as he carries the ball down the field. Because he can down a defensive member with like one bash that is so powerful, it'll leave their blood echoing in the stadium. Hypothetical blood, not actual blood, because this is football, not murder. Like, I know they're killers, but like, we'll have to communicate that this is a ball game and not a murder fun time for them, which I think they'll be able to grasp with a little bit of practice and some trial and error. And you know what? We'll jump that hurdle when we get there. It's time to reveal our tight end. Surging onto our field as a tight end is the 𝕮𝖔𝖊. Demo is not only a long boy, but he's also mind-breakingly strong and has an extensive reach, which lends to him catching the ball with both of his hands or his mouth. I don't know. Is it legal for... Can you catch the ball with your mouth? I feel like you should be able to. And he can portal up and down the field. It's like he's got so much going for him. Finally, we come to our star position. This is the quarterback position. Everyone, place your bets. Who do we think it's going to be? Who do we think it's going to be? I can't take a lot of time because we're on a limit. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you our quarterback is going to be the trickster because he throws things. Having a good throwing arm means just about as much as it is to be the face of the team. Like, Trickster's unmatched showmanship leaves the crowd starstruck, and it sells a lot of merch. It'll be hard to control the crowd when this boy steps on the field, but with him on our team, there's no way out of winning the playoffs for us. Just look at him. Bonus position. What's a powerful team if you don't have a powerful coordinator and strategist behind them, the mastermind of everything, guiding them where they need to go? Obviously, this has to be the artist. This gal is the most artsy of the bunch, so of course you want her drawing up the power plays. The other team is sure to meet their grim embrace with Carmina as our strategist. She's going to reveal the true power of our team hidden within their homicidal little bodies. And she excels at maintaining control of the field and countering any loops thrown at her by the opposition. Seriously, she breaks all the loops. She's a mold breaker. She's a revolutionary. Also, she's stunning. I love her. There you have it, our dream team offensive starting lineup for the NFLA draft. At this time, I would like to insert a disclaimer. I know nothing about sports ball. I don't know football. I don't know basketball. I've played most sports in my life, but I don't remember a dang thing about the rules. So, if I said something that maybe isn't inherently true about football and the way the game is played, deal with it. Or contact my manager, 𝕮𝖒 here on Twitch. Just message him. I didn't ask him if it was okay, but try it. See what happens. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the tournament. To all of those competing, good luck. Also, to those of you who have donated, thank you so much for your donations to the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. I would like to conclude this session with a brief moment to take a look at all of the DBD killers who did not make the starting lineup this year. Let's take a moment for our Hall of Shame.